What is going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. Jovan, what's good?
How we doing?
We're doing all right. We're doing all right. What's good, chat? 12:30 Eastern time, 12:36. We're always a little fashionably late getting it going here. Somebody's got school, and I've got to prep and get these bets locked in, ready to roll. Speaking of bets, we got a game starting up here right now. This total dropped a whole run. Sorry. I like the under. I've seen so many nerfies today. Definitely concerning. I'd probably stay away from the nerfy. But I don't really see how this game doesn't, end 3-2 maximum. I like the under.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I'm not going to bet it because this is one where it's maybe I got in a little too late with the full run drop, but I'm kind of in agreement. I think both these pitchers are going to pitch pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's too late. I'm with you. And it's definitely not, a contrarian play or a sharp play. It's definitely a public play. But public plays it too. Got to show them love. I'm seeing 99% of the handle on the over on Action Network. I don't even know how that's physically possible. That doesn't even make sense to me. When I see stuff like that, I lose all actual, perception of having value of looking at these numbers. Pretty
Yeah,
much. 99%. You're telling me 1% of the money is on the under in this game. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
yeah.
But that's good for the under.
It is. It is.
Nothing really crazy happened last night. Definitely lost a couple units. Took 3 dogs last night. They all lost by 1. That shit stinks. That's the worst. J-Mont, we were right on that one. Good call on the Brewers last night. Fade and Jordan Montgomery was about as free as it got last night. Great call on the Brewers, right? And, I mean, he got lit up for the first time all year, really.
Yeah, he did.
Was that the first time this year he's really gotten rocked? I think it has to be.
With the Cardinals, yeah. He hasn't gotten hit. I mean, I guess even with the Yankees, I don't know if he got hit around that hard. And his defense didn't necessarily help him either in the beginning, but he got slapped by a Brewers team who can't hit lefties, can't hit on the road, can't do anything.
I mean, as soon as you pointed out the, DraftKings weirds, Jordan Montgomery to not win was like minus 280. That's something. And I know those lines are usually juiced a little bit more than we'd expect because, just because you're a great pitcher doesn't mean you're going to win every time you go out there. You never know. It has a lot of other factors besides just you pitching. Your team's got to score runs too. So it's always a little juiced, but minus 280. You kidding me? As soon as I heard that, had to lock that shit in.
It was even just like I don't know. I've been paying attention a lot more to it seemed to become a bigger deal when the games are around that 200 range lately, and whether they make the move over it either way or not. And I think that was a pretty big deal, especially like not even the Brewers like can't hit lefties and Montgomery's Cy Young, but they had a bullpen game. And their bullpen is terrible. So I mean, that set it all for me.
Are you saying the minus 200 range? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just around there, and whether it's like right on either side, and whether if it makes the move, like the Brewers went from, or the Cardinals went from minus 210 to minus 190, which is like a huge deal, and vice versa. If you go 190 to 210 and you hang around that 200 range, but you make the jump over it, those have been meaning a lot very lately.
Okay. How about the Cubs last night?
Yeah. Take it down to Grom.
So whenever I see a plus 300 or greater, I always bet it. At least I have been for the last couple of months for half a unit. Sometimes I put it out on the card. Whenever I put it out on the card, it never fucking hits. But I always talk about it on here. And then whenever I don't put it on the card and just throw $50 on it, it hits. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah,
whenever there's a game where it happens, I'm going to talk about it, bring it up, let everybody know. I'm going to come on Trent's show and let everybody know that you should never take a team that's minus 400 ever in any scenario, any circumstance. Don't care what it is. You should never lock in that bet.
Yeah.
But the Cubbies showed serious heart last night at plus 350.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I probably would have done it with you if they hadn't just beaten them the other day with Assad versus Bassett.
Right.
A little more compelled, but should have done it. Hindsight 2020, but good bet.
Braves are now only a game back again. They tied them up less than a week ago and then lost a couple games, went down like 3 games. Now they're only down a game.
Yeah.
I still think they're going to win it. I know the Mets have the easiest schedule in baseball for the rest of the season. I don't care. These teams play a couple more times. I think they play 3 or 4 more times. Those are going to be insanely good baseball games. I'm really excited to watch that. I need to see when they play. I'm going to pull it up, actually. I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked to watch that series. And as we get closer to playoff baseball, love betting on playoff baseball. Going to be firing off unders left and right. Super excited. Super excited. They play at the end of the month. My guy, Ramilo, let me know. Okay. 2 weeks. That's going to be an incredible series. I'm excited.
Yeah, that is.
I'm excited. Aaron Judge had some interesting comments last night. Don't know if you had a chance to check those out. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. This is not something I would really usually hear a lifetime Yankee say. We're talking about that at the end of the year. There's some of the best fans of baseball. Aaron Judge talking about possibly signing with the Red Sox. I mean, he's made it very clear that the whole arbitration thing, didn't go great. We've already talked about that and beating that, storyline dead.
Yeah.
And he's made it clear with his words that he's open to whatever. And we saw with the whole Soto bullshit, loyalty doesn't really mean anything anymore. Doesn't matter if you found the kid when he was 15 years old in the DR when he had nothing and, spent a fortune, getting him ready and prepped and coming up here. Shit doesn't matter. There's no loyalty anymore in sports. There's too much money involved. There really is. And Judge is already kind of prepping the public and letting them know, hey, if somebody wants to come in and give me a Scherzer contract where they're overpaying the shit out of me for a couple of years, I might have to give it a look. Plain and simple. Although I think we both agree that Judge is going to look for probably the most long-term contract he can with his injury history. And I think that's probably what he should do.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think it's all just kind of a thing to put pressure on the Yankees front office because at the end of the day, I think they're going to give him whatever he wants, realistically. No matter how bad of a position it puts them in long term, just because they have the resources to do it. I can't see him going anywhere. Especially I think the Red Sox comments are interesting, but it's also it puts them in a position we can't let him go to the Red Sox, right?
I agree. But they already should have known that before he made those comments, and him to even just talk about how the Red Sox fans are great.
Yeah.
As a Yankee right now, they're literally playing against them right now. I thought that was a little weird. I don't think we're used to hearing Yankees players reference how good of fans Boston Red Sox players are, whether there's a contract coming up or not. So definitely interesting. I would love to see him in another uniform, but Yankees fans would lose their fucking minds. I think they're probably going to pay him no matter what. I agree. The only thing I could think of is if they, maybe they, somehow lose in the first round of the playoffs and, all the talk start going around of how this team continuously underperforms. Maybe the Yankees are tired of it and they try a little bit of a reboot and maybe they move some of their guys. Maybe they don't re-sign Judge and look to bring in Soto in 2025, 2026. Who knows? It could happen. If they can't get past the Astros over and over and over and over again, I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If they can't get past them, they might have to try something new.
They might, yeah.
They probably won't, though.
No.
They probably won't. Also, if you scooped up Jeff Wilson in fantasy last night, good for you. You should probably start him. We're not gonna sit up here and talk fantasy football for an hour because nobody cares. But if you scooped up Jeff, good job. And then the longest postseason droughts in sports right now is about to come to an end, Jovan. I think it's pretty much safe to say it's coming to an end, especially with the Orioles losing today to Patrick Corbin. That'll put them 6 games back of the Mariners, and they will finally end their droughts where they haven't gone to the playoffs since 2001, over 20 years. That's incredible. They're due. They've got a good team. Let's not kid ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
They got to get that offense back up and running and getting them firing off again. They need your guy, Ty France, to step it up a notch. We know J-Rod's bringing the heat. But this team could cause some issues in the playoffs. They're pitching. I mean, Logan Gilbert looks fine. Robbie Ray is maybe not Cy Young Robbie Ray, but he's damn near close at this point. They've got some arms that can make some noise. Their bullpen is incredible. Kirby's okay. Yeah. They've got some interesting pieces. Somebody in Handyman's League dropped Darnell Mooney. Is that true? If somebody dropped Darnell Mooney in your league, you pick him up.
Yeah, you pick him up immediately.
Please, you pick him up right now. You stop what you're doing. You pick him up. Corbin masterclass today. Yes, sir. King Dre. Yes, sir. I'll be in the building. We might as well cut the shit. Talk about it. Talk about these games. It's pretty much all we got is baseball today. Damn, we're getting notice about the Bucks already, aren't we?
Yeah.
On ESPN.
Yep.
The Bucks are favored versus the Saints, but New Orleans has figured out how to beat Tampa Bay. The Bucks being a favorite against the Saints, with the Saints literally being on their birth certificate, is interesting. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really shocked to see them as a favorite. I just figured with the game in New Orleans too, I would expect it to be like a -1 maybe.
Right.
Pretty close to a pick 'em, but -2.5, and it's starting to get a little juicy.
If it gets to -3, I'm definitely going to give it a look for sure. I hope it gets to -3. I really don't like taking -2.5s. I don't have that note in my body.
I don't either. I mean, -2.5. I've seen a lot of lines die like that, which is why I'm glad on the college side of things that the Huskies went up to 3.5. That was
Did they already?
Yes.
Fuck me, dude. I need to lock that in. They opened at -3.5 though, did they not?
Did they?
They opened at 3 at some books.
I know. I'm
also still seeing 3 on DraftKings. I might have to bet that.
Yeah, I saw 2.5 when we first brought up the games the other day.
Okay.
2.5.
Well, I should have locked that in. That's okay. We're here. And we'll do a deep dive of some of these college football plays tomorrow. But today we've got to build up the bankroll with baseball. It's the only choice we have. All right.
Yeah.
Is there any FCS today?
I doubt it.
Let's look.
Need some action, then.
Bro, the action doesn't start for a little bit, which sucks.
I know.
And there's no FCS until Friday.
Disappointing.
The action doesn't start until like week 3 or 4 of the season because these MAC teams play Power 5 schools and get the shit kicked out of them for the first couple weeks and get the bag. Or they went outright.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to mention it. I think we already have, but NIU being -2.5 against an SEC team is hilarious, and they're going to win. They're going to win.
Yeah. I mean,
Northern Illinois is legit.
This is a Vandy team with a 2.5 win total. Like, I heard the Gen talking about it. And looking at the games on the schedule, you would think theoretically an SEC team would win those FCS games. Somebody doesn't.
We talked about how weird that Baylor win total was at 7.5. And we talked about it the night of the BYU game. We said, hey, they might be at 7.5, factoring in losses like tonight. And what happens? I mean, by the skin of our fucking teeth, BYU pulled it out. That was maybe the craziest game ever, by the way.
Yeah.
I was absolutely sloshed, got back from the bar, was laid on my couch. I was watching 3 games at once. It was the same game. And I just kept watching missed field goals. I thought I was in a dream. I thought it was made up. I thought it was fake. I thought I was literally having like a nightmare of my bet.
Yeah.
It was real.
That game was great.
It was real. What a wild game.
Absolutely a Baylor hater as a TCU guy, but
right.
That game proved to me they're not going to compete whatsoever in the Big 12. Nothing.
That's facts. That's facts. That's why their win total was weirdly low. Plain and simple. Vegas knows. They know better than us. When the lines talk, got to listen. If you had the Nerfy in Pittsburgh, Cincy, you're a square. Congrats. Good bet, though. You're rich.
Thanks.
Big banks. Good shit. I know our guy Trent has the Reds decently sized bet today, so let's go ahead and root for them. Yep. I think they do win. They got shut out last night. Fuck them. I was on them. Whatever. We move on. I'm not betting them again today. We do have a couple games starting up here in a couple minutes, though, and I need to lock in something fat. Let's go ahead and get Houston, Detroit over with so we can get to the real game that matters. Javier versus Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, that line is moving fast towards him. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that line.
This kid stinks.
Not even the line, just something is just off about that game.
Something's up with this game.
Because, I mean, you look at the totals moving up too. I don't know if it's moved up a point yet, but it's getting juicy.
The odds are definitely going up for sure.
Yeah, the odds are shifting, and there's we know the Tigers bats against Javier. That's a thing, and I don't know how much they're going to do against him. But on the other side too, like the Astros early season, it was the thing that they couldn't hit lefties, and they've gotten better over the course of the season. But lately, they're kind of starting to do it again. I mean, they got diced up by Reagans. They've gotten diced up by a couple other very, very mediocre or bad lefties. So theoretically, you'd think there's not going to be too many runs in this game, or it'd be a little one-sided, and the total's moving out, and Jordan's not playing either, and the total's moving up juice-wise. So something's a little off about this game.
So Jordan finally has a good day yesterday, and they bench him today. They rest him.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't want to look. I get it. They're in the playoffs. Dusty Baker, he's has a ring. He's a better manager than me, as old as he is. But I just don't agree with that decision.
I think he's
Kramer's saying he's hurt again. He's hurt again.
Yeah,
he's got a hand injury again.
He's been nursing that hand for a little bit now.
I mean, if he's really that hurt or banged up, put him on the fucking IL. Who gives a hoot? You're already in the playoffs. But you're letting the guy, I mean, the dude's been struggling for months with injuries, and when he plays, he doesn't play well. And he has one of his better games he's had in weeks last night, and now we're resting him again. I mean, I get it. It's a day game. He's a veteran. Who cares? These games don't matter. But I'd assume you'd like to see him get some reps. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. And I mean,
I like the Tigers, though.
I know. I might be taking a stab. I mean, there's Javier's fantasy score is lower than it's been in quite some time. Like, I mean, it's under the 40 range, which is pretty crazy against the Tigers. There's a couple of Tigers guys that are never up for half total base on there for half total base today. It's usually a pretty decent sign. Yuli Gurriel has a run RBI. That's a decent size or decent sign for runs in general, I guess. So I mean, something's off.
Are we playing them? God,
in the next 10-ish minutes, I might just throw a little halfie on the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, if we take them, we go straight for the ML as well. If we take them, we go straight for the ML. There's no need to cut the shit.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to take them on the ML. There's something up with that game. I think Carson Wentz pitches his best game he's ever pitched in his life. And then he's got a big game on Sunday to get back to.
He does. Big game against the Lions.
What do we think about the Angels today? Corey, I'm glad you asked. I have to bet them for a lot of money today, I think. I really want to hammer them. I love them today. This small of a dog, maybe I'm getting caught into another Angels trap. Probably am. They're this small of a dog against Cal Quantrill, who's damn near unbeatable. That line's moving towards them. It's almost a pick 'em. Tigers are 9-1 games you've attended this year. Hell yeah, Whale. Are you going today?
I'm locking it in. He said he's going.
He's going today?
He's going.
Okay. He said, I know you don't like these numbers because he knows that I hate trends like that.
Yeah.
All right, Whale. Send us a picture on Twitter of you at the game for the vibes. Tweet at us. I'm gonna nuke the Angels. I have to. This line is sus. Cal Quantrill, we all know he's unbeatable at this point. I think Sandoval throws a gem. That totals went from 8 to 7.5. It might honestly close at 7 here. I think we get a great pitcher's performance from both guys. Give me Sandoval. Give me the Angels. Give me Mike Trout. Is he playing today? He's playing today. He's playing today.
Coming off of the game where all the court people took him to hit a home run and everything.
So he'll probably hit one today. And this is honestly the main point here. I'm just going to pull it up. This is how we know, guys. This honestly is everything we need to know. Shout out our guy, Peter. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, it's worth a follow. Did he bet Cal or not? I'm confused. He's got an article up saying.
I think he did. I think it was a joke.
You think he did bet them?
Pretty sure he did.
Okay. Well, that makes this interesting then. You think this is for the memes? Oh fuck. Oh no, Peter. Oh no. Damn, he's chirping. He's chirping the sharps. Well, now I have to take the Angels, ML. I have to lock them in. Respectfully.
Yeah.
He did say under the tweet though that he's taking them.
Yeah.
And he wrote an article about taking them, which said that would make sense. I'm locking in the Angels. I don't give a hoot. I'm doing it. Are you taking them? What do you think about this game?
I mean, I think the same thing. I don't really care to get involved with this game. Especially, I mean, the total is moving down, so I don't think Cal's going to come out here and get destroyed by any means. And in a battle of the bullpens, I have a hard time betting against the Guardians. But like I am in full agreement that the line is screaming, take the Angels.
Okay. Angels Nerfy has been locked in since 1 a.m. Okay, that's heart. That's heart. Well, goddamn.
I don't know if it keeps ripping their way in the next hour or so before the game starts, maybe. Or no, it starts soon, doesn't it?
How much should I put on this team?
Oh, it does start in 10 minutes.
How much should I put on it?
Let's keep it to a responsible 1 unit. Responsible 1 unit.
Dude.
Responsible.
Come on.
1
Let me
unit.
unleash.
No.
Let me unleash the hounds.
No. Responsible 1 unit.
Can I unleash the hounds minimally on this? And then if they lose, can I unleash the hounds for the same amount on the Blue Jays? Let me unleash. No, crazy Meg type bets, but just a little something, just to feel something.
How many units are we talking here?
I mean, I'm thinking maybe throwing a rack skis.
2 units is fine.
Yeah. Little rack skis. Well, I cut my units down to 100.
Okay, so we're throwing 10 units.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe bump it down to 5.
Well, I'm only gonna tweet out 3, I think. But that's not fair though. I want to be honest. I want to be an honest man. Yeah, prove to everyone you need to grow up and drop another 25 units, dummy. Okay. Should we do a poll? Bro, what if I told you I don't even know how to do a poll? Is that bad?
You gotta do that through Twitch.
Okay. Let me see if I can get something going there. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the Angels as much as I do? Should I responsibly just throw $100 on them and hate fun?
I think you should hate fun.
Okay. How do I get a damn poll up here? I'm not a scientist. You guys know that.
I have no clue.
Well, shit.
Just tell them, put in the chat how many units.
How many U's should I throw on this shit? How many U's? 5 U's? 3 U's? 5 piece? 50? 1,000? 1,000 U's. Fine. Deal. Done. All right. Let me lock in the Tigers. I'm taking them ML. That's a fucking weird line. It's cooking too. We're locking that in. And we're locking in the Angels. God, they're minus 105. What the fuck? How? Against Cal? Minus 105 against Cal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm throwing a lot on it. It's been placed. I'm sorry. What can I do? Nothing to do now. Not like I could cash it out or anything. All right. We've got the Tigers ML, and we've got the Angels for a responsible 3-unit play.
Okay.
3-unit play.
Responsible.
All right. 3-unit play. All right. That's the most I'm going to give myself. Most I'm going to allow myself to bet on MLB. I've been way better with football. I am better at football. Stick to the strengths. All right. Yeah, I know. I still haven't learned to not fade Cal. I know. I'm going to learn today. That's for sure. I'm going to learn today. All right. -105. You kidding me? I mean, I got the worst odds. I have a bunch of money in BetMGM right now. It's like the fucking worst book ever. Worst odds ever. I need to pull this shit out of here. All right, we're in. 3 units. Responsible betting is cool, okay? Responsible betting is cool and it's fun.
Yes.
Even if I don't mean that, that's what we're rolling with, okay? Tigers ML is also played for a unit. All right. You're not going to ride that with me?
Yeah,
You don't
I
have
have
to.
Tigers. I threw half you on the Tigers.
Okay. All right. Are you taking the Angels or are you watching this line move still?
I'm really not wanting to take the Angels.
Is it because I just threw a bunch of money on them and it's about to get mushed?
No, I don't care about that, but I don't know. I'm just in no rush to bet the Angels right now. To be real, like
I mean, yeah, as you should be. You should be in zero rush because they're poverty.
yeah,
I just don't.
and
I don't get
like
it, man.
I'd like a little better if that total didn't move down too. Because you gotta think too. Sandoval absolutely shoved against them the last time.
Well, he better shove again.
Yeah, if I had to pick a side, it would be the Angels. I'd rather do other things with my money.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we got. Angels ML 3 units. -105. Terrible fucking odds. Whatever. CLV. I don't give a fuck. All right. Detroit ML +180. That's some juice. Come on.
That'll get it done.
Come on. That'll get it done. And then we got Toronto as a safety net tonight, just in case there's any fluke shit. Why don't we talk about that game for a little bit? Because your Rays are in a weird place betting-wise. And they're a very small dog, although that line is moving towards them. They're a very small dog. It's kind of cooking. Rasmussen has been damn near unhittable. That's probably why. They're taking in, 60% of the bets in handle, nothing crazy. And that line's cooking towards the Rays. That's definitely scaring me a little bit, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Our guy in chat said Cal Quantrill at home is DeGrom. Oh, God. He is a freak, and he defies
cooking towards the Angels.
He defies everything that makes sense. Literally, he doesn't.
Might as well start for the Providence basketball team.
Did someone say that, or are you saying that?
No, I just said that.
He would be a great addition to that team. Yeah. He is the definition of the Providence college basketball team. Yes. Fuck, man. All right.
Yeah, it is very funny how somebody said that. At Cal at home is DeGrom, as DeGrom loses to the Cubs at home yesterday.
Well, that's a good thing.
Maybe a sign.
DeGrom, man. Shout out the Cubbies. The Cubbies, the Nats might have the most heart, but the Cubbies are right there. They have a significant amount of heart. They have not given up yet.
No.
Plain and simple.
A couple of them are playing good ball, hitting well. They got random guys showing up at random times. I think they're going to hit pretty well today, honestly. That's another line that I might be eyeing because it is one of those that's hanging around that 190, 200 range. And I don't like David Peterson. I really don't.
So you want to fade him again?
I do want to fade him. I just don't know. Like if the Mets cross past that 200 mark, I'd be a little less convinced, but I'll be fading him in some way, whether it's taking the Cubs or it's taking props or something too. Because I saw Seiya Suzuki is the top guy in ballpark pal today too, which usually bodes well. Yeah, usually bodes well for if it's a random guy. It's never really
It
up there,
ain't so.
and the rest of that lineup. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, that game is interesting. I mean, Smiley has been a little too good. Like, I don't even want to back him anymore. He's been a freak. But he's a lefty. Mets don't love hitting him. Peterson, very overrated. I agree with you. Maybe the over is a good look there. It might close at 8, open up at 7.5. Odds are juice to the over. I don't hate the over.
If it does, I want to hit that.
Okay. You want to hit the over or you want to hit the Cubs?
That's one I'm gonna have to watch. If the Cubs drop tomorrow, I think it's sitting like 195-ish right now. If the Cubs drop below that, I'd be very tempted, or if it stays there. But if that over goes up, I'd kind of lean that. But prize picks, I'll probably have to get involved in some way with the Cubs.
Okay. Somebody in chat said Corbin Burns is minus 125 today, that the Cardinals are going to win this game. I mean, Corbin Burns, he's seen better days up on the bump.
I mean, I think 125 is a sign of respect for that Brewers team. I mean, the Cardinals are just a significantly better team.
Wainwright's been really fucking good too, right?
Yeah.
This game breaks the record for most. If Yachty's playing, which I'm assuming he is, he always catches Wainwright.
Yeah.
This game breaks the record for most games caught between a pitcher and catcher. Most battery games ever for a pitcher and a catcher. So I will be fading that narrative. All right.
Yeah.
I will probably be on the Brewers. I'll probably be on Burns today to have a bounce back start. Burns got rocked in 4 consecutive starts, pretty much. I mean, he gave up 3 to the Dodgers on 6 hits through 5 2/3. I wouldn't say he got rocked there. And then he pitched against the Dodgers again, and then he actually kind of got rocked. Gave up 7 runs. Only 4 runs.
Honestly, just might be on this under.
Ooh.
We're talking about
7.
Yeah, it's at 7, and Corbin Burns has been getting rocked, and then Wainwright just got rocked by the
Wainwright has also been gotten rocked. He's given up 4 runs in his last 2 starts each.
Yeah,
to the Cubs and the Nats.
And we all know the 7 total thing. It's if it opens there and it looks like it's going to stay there because it's been pretty even both ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what I would lean in this game, if anything.
Reds bang. Reds bang.
Reds banging. Look at the Reds.
Look
at the Reds.
There we go, Trent.
Spencer Steer.
I think Trent has a 2-piece of the Reds and the
White Sox.
Or White Sox. You're right.
Yeah, he tweeted that out.
Okay. I mean, I think the White Sox roll today as well. The Reds are up.
The Reds are up. I guess that starts pretty soon, but I'll be looking. Probably prize picks. I'll have to get involved with something White Sox do. Have to do it.
Are you going to take them? Oh, God, I should have taken a minus 1.5. I knew it yesterday. I knew the over wasn't going to hit. That's why I was asking, and then we all agreed on the over. I like the over too.
Yeah. I took the wrong angle on that one. Can't lie.
Hey, same. That's all right. I mean, they shouldn't have even covered, to be honest with you. They got a bullshit run, I think, in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Jose Abreu.
Count it, though.
Yeah.
Count it.
I mean,
all right.
I find it very weird. Not weird, but I don't know. I really want to get involved with probably Eloy today.
Ooh. You're looking at some prize picks props for that game on the White Sox.
Because I mean, I hate taking just big favorite run lines in general. But I mean, I think somebody's going to have to do it for this offense, and it's one of the most consistent bats in that lineup with Eloy against the lefty. I mean, I will gladly get involved with him. Him or Bray are not bad looks at all. And whenever I don't ever take this because shit doesn't hit. But whenever Andrew Vaughn has a runner RBI up, it usually means everybody around him in that lineup is going to eat.
Damn. Everybody eating today?
I would hope.
White Sox?
I would hope.
I mean, I like the -1.5 again to roll. They're keeping up pace here with the roll. They're keeping up pace here with the Guardians, who just can't fucking lose. As Jose Ramirez just drops a pop-up and foul ground to keep Mickey Moniak alive. If I knew Mickey Moniak was batting leadoff in this game, I don't know if I would have bet them. I mean, what are we doing here? Mickey Moniak in the leadoff hole? Something I heard last night that I want to address as well for MLB as we come to an end here with the season. They were talking about this on the Nats broadcast. The Nats are thinking about potentially stopping shifting for the rest of the season to get the guys ready for next year, because we know the shift is not allowed next year, right? As Mickey Moniak strikes out and looks like he's a middle schooler against Randy Johnson. But my point is, the Nats said they might not be shifting at times for the rest of the season. I haven't seen it yet. They were still shifting last night. It was just a comment that Davey Martinez made, which I think is a good thing. I mean, they're not making the playoffs; they're already out, so might as well prep and get ready for next year. But my point is, if we see teams like this, like the Nats, eliminated from playoffs, starting to do this, I think it could result potentially in an uptick in runs in these games. If guys aren't shifting, I think it's going to create more runs. Definitely at the start of next year, I think we might see some more overs. Let's see how the books kind of, acclimate to the new rules, right? But I think we might see more runs in games with teams not in the playoffs going forward if they start to not shift. So let's keep our eyes peeled on that.
For sure. It's a good point.
Do I like the no shift rule, Corey? I kind of did like it originally, but the more I think about it, the more I think making petty rules like this, I don't think it helps grow the game. I don't understand why we're trying to change so many of the damn rules that already exist in the sport instead of trying to figure out, more ways to get younger crowds involved in the game. Maybe get some more fans to go to the game because they've slowly been declining through the years. There's so many other problems, I think, than the on-field rules of the sport. And the reason they're flipping the shift is because they want to go back to how baseball used to be. I understand it. But you're penalizing teams for being smart, and I don't know if I like that. I don't.
No, I don't.
You're penalizing teams like the Rays, who made a living. Jovan, teams that made a living shifting. Mike Trout strikes out. Okay. God damn it. Cal fucking Quantrill. Unbelievable.
Still him.
Unbelievable. He is him. At home, he's DeGrom. Mike Trout, dude, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, brother? It reminds me of a legal defense in the NBA back in the 90s. Yeah, I don't even know what that is referencing, to be honest with you. I was like negative years old, but that's okay. The Tigers are off. All right. Come on, Angels. Hang in there. Reds are up 1-0. White Sox cease against Freeland. Is there a chance we get a weird Freeland good start here? I mean, he's not pitching at home, which is good. He likes to pitch well at home sometimes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he does. So it's weird. I mean, he's one of the guys who has like the capability to go out there one time and certainly shut him down. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him pitch somewhat well today. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Like, I think he can go out there. I think the White Sox can tag him for a few. I don't see this Rockies lineup. Like, I know not many people match up well against C's, but this Rockies lineup doesn't match up well at all. So I don't look to take unders really on prize picks, not because I don't think they hit. It's just because it's kind of difficult for me to find an angle for some of them. But some of those guys I think should be super fair game. So I don't see them doing much offensively.
I mean, they've got Crone up for a fantasy score. Him and Blackman are at 5. Diaz at a half TB. Grichuk at a half TB.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I see Crone's face on prize picks, he goes over. Like every time I just pass across his face, he goes over. Anytime we even think about taking him, he doesn't do shit.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I despise Crone. Absolutely despise him. He was a wagon at the beginning of the year, and now he's just not great.
My guy D Hill in chat, Carson Wentz masterclass. Here's what I'm thinking about this game. Okay. And Cal strikes out the side, including striking out Mike Trout and Shohei. Good start, Angels. Nice. Here's what I'm thinking about this Commanders game coming up here on Sunday. I'm extremely concerned that we opened up at -1. I think -1 is a trap and a half. I'm very concerned with the way the line has moved. It's moved damn near 3 points. I think the lines are -2.5. It's moved like 3.5 points. Don't love that. I don't love that the Lions are a favorite for the first time in like 2 years against us. Do not love that one bit. But here's what I do love. I love that Carson Wentz and the Commanders are still getting disrespected after looking pretty damn good for their first audition there. For our first meaningful real game, pulling out a comeback win. I'm happy with what I saw. And we're still missing a couple of guys. So I was very impressed with how we used guys like Curtis Samuel. And our rookie Dotson is him. He's a stud. So I think I like that we're still getting doubted. I like that you can get us at 2.5 points. That's one of my favorite spreads to take in NFL. And I like that all the money is on the Lions. Everyone's still on that Hard Knocks phase. Everyone still thinks they're really good, seeing them battle with the Eagles. Well, Carson Wentz is going to have an absolute field day against that defense. Now, you could say the same thing about the Lions. I think this game goes over. But I'm concerned on one end, and then I like some things on the other. So just to keep it short and sweet here, I'm confused.
What do you think about? I'm scared of that over. I think it might be a really ugly game that soars under.
Really?
We saw this Lions defense look like Swiss cheese, and I mean the Commanders points-wise didn't look too bad, but if you watch that game, they didn't look fantastic, especially against James Robinson, and they're going up against DeAndre Swift this week.
Yeah.
So why is that total at 48.5, the same exact number that was this Lions Eagles total that got soared over last week?
Interesting.
It's a little strange.
Same total of Lions Detroit in Detroit last week.
Same exact line.
Shit soared. Now they're putting it here.
I don't know if I can be here.
Okay. I mean, the contrarian bet is 1,000% the under, without a doubt. Yeah. Nobody's going to be betting that. The total has gone up 4 points. It opened up at 44.5.
That's almost gone up. Weirder.
It is pretty weird that opened up at 44.5.
44.5 is crazy.
Damn, bro. That game's going under. That game's going under. It's going to be a slop fest of typical Lions and Commanders football. A lot of fumbles, a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
Not a lot of good looking, clean football is what that game's going to look like. Holy shit. Curtis Samuel is a fucking dog, J. Poole. Yeah. I've been shitting on this dude for the last year and a half. I'm ready to shut up. Unleash him. Let him go. Let him run in the backfield. Let's throw screens to him. The dude's a fucking animal. J. Poole, also a Commanders fan, brother. We're in this together. All right. Someone in your league spent 81% of their free agent budget on Samuel. Christ. Are you kidding me? What are they doing? I don't know about that.
That's wild.
The dude has glass bones. And if you guys aren't using Fab for your fantasy leagues, you're fucking up. We just switched to it in one of my leagues this year. I think it makes it significantly more competitive. There's a ground ball out. 1 out. Let's go, Angels. Take a seat, Quan. Fab is the way to go. My guy in chat, again, a lot of running the ball, trying to control the clock. Swift and Gibson, masterclass. Yeah, Gibson's projected 16.5 points in fantasy this week. Again, he looked incredible in week 1. No fumbles. That's his one bit, is that he cannot control the football. Yeah. But he's absolutely electric out in space. We used him as a weapon as a receiver, and he looked pretty damn good in the backfield too. And having that confusion aspect of pulling McKissick or Samuels in the backfield as well. It just very confusing and hard to defend. It just gives us so many options. I love it. Love it. Shout out McKissick, maybe the best downhill runner in all of NFL as a running back. So underrated. third best receiving back in the last 3 years of the NFL. Nobody's talking about. Get him the rock. Young Jay, I could strike out 5 Angels. They're horrendous. Yes, you probably could. A lot of NFL talk. Holy smokes. Nicky Nukes, Swift is questionable. He's saying some guys saying Steelers being underdogs at the home opener against New England is ridiculous. He's hammering Pitts. Not so fast. Not so fast, brother. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Shmoney Vance asking about Thursday Night Football. We're seeing that number, Jovan, at 4 now.
I know. I'm seeing 4.5, which is good.
4.5.
I think it's gonna have to do some part with the Keenan Allen news being like official, but that's good. I want to back the Chiefs. If it keeps creeping up, honestly, I'd rather keep creeping up for the next day, next 24 hours ish. If it does, I'm glad to unleash on the Chiefs.
You're gonna take Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're tired of hearing all the Chargers noise.
No, I mean, I think the Chargers are going to be a good football team. I was more so tired of hearing the Chiefs slander all offseason. Like Pat Mahomes isn't him, and he's just going to not be a good quarterback with Tyreek Hill outside of that offense.
People have acted like since he got paid that the rest of his team he's playing with high schoolers. I don't get it. It's still Pat Mahomes. Even if he was playing with high schoolers, he'd probably still win a game or two. And they beat the living shit out of the Cardinals in week 1. And I think this is a similar spot where we're getting a team that's getting extremely hyped up. Kind of like, the Cardinals have been getting hyped up. Kyler Murray's been getting hyped up. They look like trash. I'm not saying the Chargers are going to do the same thing, but another spot here with the Chiefs getting disrespected all offseason, like you said, and now they're only laying, 4 points against one of the more overhyped teams in football. I love the spot, too. I'm with you.
Yeah. And
I'm liking the under more, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know about that now. Because I think
I know
the Keenan Allen thing does play into this a little bit too. Because if they're look at the Pirates. That's not great.
Oh no, Trent.
Yeah. Barry Bonds, Rodolfo
Let's go.
Castro.
Sandoval looking good for the Angels though.
Yeah.
Sandoval looking good. He just struck out J-Ram. Attaboy. Damn, Lodolo to Castro, man. Rodolfo
Castro's been nice.
He has been very good.
Yeah.
There's a team. Who did they play the other day where he hit a bomb and he's like 4 for 11 against that team with 4 home runs? Who did they play the other week?
Talking about Rodolfo?
Yeah. I think it was Milwaukee. He owns Milwaukee. He's got like 4 or 5 hits against them in his career, and they're all home runs.
Really?
Rodolfo. Yeah. It's one of the teams they played in the last week, and I think it's them. And I know the Pirates own the Brewers. Damn, Trent, that's fucked. Still a lot of time.
Rodolfo Castro is sneakily he's becoming the Drury versus lefties thing. Low key. Dude's been.
We need to get him up on prospects.
We need to start getting him up. Dude, Barry Bonds against lefties.
Oh man. Trent, take the Angels, bro. Live line them. Hit the books.
There you go. Out of the first in Detroit.
It was against the Mets. Good call, boys. It was the Mets. Yep. Jay Poole saying, please don't take the Chiefs and Chargers under for my own good. Taking a Chiefs and Chargers under is not good for your mental health. That is a fact. It's
not. I think, honestly, if you think this game's going under, is take the Chargers. I think that if they stay competitive in this game, I think it's going to be because of their defense.
So it's either Chiefs and over or Chargers and under is kind of the game script you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I think personally.
Okay. Fruity Krabs, I just rolled my ticket over to the over. Oh, God.
You got to think, too, or I was starting to say, like, the Chargers without their – like, they have Justin Herbert and plenty of weapons, but the total still slightly creeping up with their top offensive weapon out is Well, I think it's a little big of a deal.
Okay. This is the game we're hearing a lot of talk already about how the odds for them to get down. There we go, Taylor Ward. Look at him doing stuff. Look at him getting hits. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's not good for your health. I understand. It's taking an under in that game. And I don't love the movement. My guy chat asked, looking for a good hotel near Raven Stadium. That Hilton that overlooks Camden Yards is a very nice, good hotel. I actually got suspended there in high school. Fun fact.
No.
Don't bring alcohol on school trips. Not fun, not cool. But a very nice hotel besides me getting pulled out by my parents in the late hours of the night, getting suspended. Good place. It happens. Don't bring alcohol. On your high school trips this year, Jovan, don't bring alcohol. All right?
No, not this year. Still got a couple years before I'm in high school.
Oh, Rengifo with a double play. Great. T-Mosh, you want to talk about Oregon at home versus BYU? They're winning. There you go. They're winning. They're covering. That game is a great look. And the Washington, like you said, Jovan, is another really good look.
Yeah.
Oregon is winning, Young Jay. I'm with you, brother.
I have a solid amount of units on that money line out already.
Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, ML. I didn't know you took juice like that.
Oh, it opened at 2.5, or was at 2.5.
Yeah.
I saw it. 2.5 or 3.
Would you get like minus 130?
It was like minus 135. Yeah.
Okay.
Which fits like under a field goal. I'll take the money line.
The Angels are poverty. Yeah, the media is slurping BYU. Yeah, I was on the Mormons. I was a Mormon last weekend. This week, I'm a Catholic. Going against them.
Yeah, it is.
God,
it is
I'm so
definitely
excited
a little
for football.
It is a little interesting. I don't know how to value them exactly. I don't know how weird it is because they do, I believe, have their 2 wide receivers playing this week. So I mean, that
BYU does.
Yeah, so I think that's playing into that live movement a bit if they're planning to play. But still, I think I'd take Oregon at home.
Whether they play or not, I'm still fading them. Don't care.
Oh yeah,
I'm with
100%.
you.
Me too.
I'm with you.
Me too.
Okay. A lot of questions about college football, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. USC being 11.5. Do I think that line is short? Are you talking about South Carolina or?
No, he's talking about Pac-12 USC against Fresno State.
Yeah, I'm seeing 13, but either way. Give me Fresno. Gross bet. Yes, I agree that line's a little short. Fresno is not very good. They just lost to Oregon State in a heartbreaker. I like backing teams coming off of heartbreakers like that. I like fading teams like USC coming off of 2 covers to start the season. People are talking about they're the only relevant Pac-12 team. I agree. And they're going to win this game, but they're not going to cover. Give me Fresno.
Yeah, give me the over.
Ooh, 73. Holy shit. And it opened up at 66.
Yeah.
And it's all the way at 73, Jovan.
Yeah, still taking it. I think that plays in the line a little bit. I mean, if you watch USC's defense against Stanford, Swiss cheese, absolute Swiss cheese. And that's why the spread is as close as it is, because whoever goes up against them is going to score points. USC could put up 50-something, whatever. They can score at will. It's just they can't defend anybody. So, I mean, even if they go out and win this game by 30, it could easily be 55-20 or something like that.
Yeah, Perk Blazer, I deal with that problem all the time. Being from the East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast. I
deal with that all the time from the East Coast because like so many people I know went to South Carolina and they all call it USC. So I'm used to it. I know it's not the real USC. I get it. You're right. I get it. Don't hurt me. That over's ridiculous.
Look at this too.
73.
Crazy. I don't want to bet this team, but the fact they're minus 23 is absolutely insane.
Oh my god, dude!
They haven't scored 23 points all year in these 2 games.
They're the worst offense I've ever seen. Jovan, they're banned. I don't want to bet on this team anymore, dude.
I don't either, but
Nevada is coming off of. I mean, Nevada's absolutely terrible. I watched that game. Shout out Incarnate Word. They lost to Incarnate Word. Nevada did. Nevada, a real school, lost to Incarnate Word, who is an FCS team, but they were absolutely electric. That team was no joke. Their QB was cracked out. They had a really good receiver who had like 150 yards. They were very athletic and a good football team. Southland. That's the one thing that's one reason I don't love Iowa is because they're coming off of that's one reason I don't love Iowa because Nevada is coming off of a terrible loss. And I don't like fading teams coming off of terrible losses, but at the end of the day, Nevada might just be that bad. I mean, their defense was fucking terrible. And the Guardians just hit a nuke.
Jeez.
An absolute nuke.
Who was it?
Oscar Gonzalez just hit a ball to the fucking moon.
Goat.
He's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, he is.
He already is pretty good. He's huge. God damn. Trent, it's 1-0 in the second, bro. We'll be fine. Is Nebraska fake sharp? I kind of want to give Nebraska plus 11 a look at home, but that's tough.
It's such a tough game.
I'm probably going to play them.
Yeah, I mean, I probably am too. I don't know. I just don't know what to think of this movement, really. Like, I mean, it opened 4.5, which is crazy to begin with, and then it steamed up 10 points, past 2 touchdowns, and then the news comes out, and they're down another 3.5 points, 4 points, even somewhere. It's tough.
Fucking Guardians, man. I'll be on Nebraska. They just fired their coach. I'm taking them. It's a system play.
I like that one.
Notre Dame. You want to back Notre Dame off a terrible loss? Don't hate that.
Absolutely.
Minus 10.5 against Cal, who's 2-0. Yeah, I don't hate that one bit. I mean, they're going to have the toughest week of practice those guys have ever had in their entire life after losing to Marshall. So,
yeah,
I'm in. That line has moved a ton towards Cal. It's definitely concerning, but if we can get that number at 10,
yeah, I don't think it matters too. And yeah, backup, like Corey was saying, backup QB Drew Pines first start. Why are they minus 10.5 in his first start, or first start this year at least?
He's probably going to ball. That's why.
Yeah, this game is pretty identical to me to the Packers-Bears situation.
Okay.
I mean, it's a very similar line too, but same reasoning, I would say, which I will also be all over that.
Fucking guards are trying to play small ball here and butt him over. Michigan State, yeah, I'll be fading. Yeah, I'll be fading. Why are they not coming up on my phone now? I'm trying to pull up that game. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, I think I got to fade Michigan State too. I'll be honest with you. They've been a covering machine. They just played Akron, who handed them the spread. I mean, literally was giving them the ball for free for no reason. I'm going to be fading Michigan State. Yeah.
Go Huskies.
Go Huskies. Can we get a surgical 6 for the baseball slate today? Oh, Jesus. Well, good thing we already missed. Good thing you asked now and not at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Because I would have told you put the Angels in there. I mean, we could fire one up.
That's a terrible idea.
We could fire one up. You could fire one up. I mean, here's some of the bets that I would take if I'm going to take them. I'd probably go with the – wow, that's so deep. Come on, Angels. Show some freaking heart. Show some heart. I'd probably go White Sox, ML. I'd probably go Nats, ML. I'd go Toronto, ML. What else do you like today, Jovan?
Is your Nats ML?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm. I snuck it in there, yeah. I didn't think you were going to say anything about it.
That was sneaky.
Dude, Pat Corbin. He's back. He's
Is
back.
he?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. He was back for a little bit, and he had a terrible, not terrible, but not his best start in the last one.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Nats today, though. Everyone's going to be on the Orioles again. I'm taking the Nats. Don't care. Don't care. Taking them.
All right.
What else you got, brother? You got to have a couple.
I mean, I like the under in the Brewers game.
Brewers under. All right.
Brewers under. I mean, I know you're pretty tired of them just as well as I am, but the Red Sox probably also have to be involved.
Yeah. I mean, why are they plus 110 against Nestor?
Yeah.
Well, Nestor on paper is great, although he's been leaking oil if you've actually watched him pitch recently. I think it's a good spot.
Either them or the over. I mean, pick one. It's just, that's a tough spot.
We'll go Red Sox ML. One more. I'm thinking Brewers ML. Sorry, D Hill. Direct
Brewers.
fade of your comment. I'm joking. Not a direct one. Mets. I would not touch the Mets today. We've got 5 so far, Chelly. Give us a sec. I like the Brewers ML. That's probably what I would pick. Dude, the Rays are about to be a favorite.
Yeah, it's starting to scare me a little bit. Or, I mean, I'm not betting against the Rays, but
for me, it's scaring you. Fuck. Yeah, give me the Brewers ML, unless anything's really sticking out to you. I also like Atlanta ML.
I mean, if you're making a 16 parlay, do you really need 2 bets in the same game?
Is there anything else that we like better?
I mean, I would take the Marlins personally, but I mean, nobody wants to bet on the Marlins.
Well, that makes me want to bet on the Marlins.
I mean, I want to bet on the Marlins.
Everyone was on the Marlins yesterday. We all got crushed because, I mean, I got absolutely bamboozled yesterday by the Bucs. They got my ass. Got bamboozled by the Bucs. They gave us Sandy as a favorite for the first time in months. And I fell for the trap. They got me. And so did a lot of people. And now everyone's going to be all for them today, probably saying, fuck this Marlins team. They stink. Probably going back to the Phillies. I like the Marlins. Yeah. You want to go with them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. It's been a sneaky move towards them, too.
Sneaky. I mean, I hate Gibson. I think he's terrible.
So do I.
All right, 2 outs. Come on. 2 outs, man on second. Let's get out of this inning. Let's go hit. All right, so if you were to take a responsible parlay today, a little surgical 6, White Sox ML, Nats ML, Toronto ML, Milwaukee, St. Louis under, Red Sox ML, Miami ML.
That sounds so disgusting.
It's disgusting. But you know what? Taking parlays of all the favorites doesn't fucking hit either. So you might as well give yourself some value if you're going to do it.
Taking parlays in general in baseball, it just
I know.
Disgusting.
I know. Patty Corbin. Come on, Corbin. Show some damn heart today. How did the Nats hit lefties? Or sorry, how did the Orioles hit lefties of
Very
late?
well.
Do you know?
Very well.
Okay.
They've been like top 10 in the league in the last month. Very
well. Okay.
Yes.
And they also like hitting sliders a lot, don't they?
I mean, he's not throwing it.
He's only throwing it like 30% of the time now. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. How do they hit sinkers?
I don't know that one off the top of my head, but
okay. How do they hit 95 mile an hour meat down the middle?
I mean, I would hope pretty good. I would hope.
How do they hit meat sticks right down the middle, huh? How do they hit meatballs? Fuck. I mean, I'll be in the building. I'm betting the Nats. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
I said it before the series. I mean, it's a quick 2-game series here. These teams hate each other's guts. You're going to get effort from both sides. I said that the Nats are going to steal at least one. At least one. Hey, picks with Drisk. Got to utilize the resources, man. I have a baseball encyclopedia as my counterpart over here. I got to utilize them straight up. I read the lines. He uses the baseball brain. Combined, we are the best. We're the best.
Oh my God.
What? What?
You know what Zach Greinke's fantasy score is? It might be the lowest I've ever seen.
Let's go, Sandoval.
15
What
and
is
a
it?
half.
15 and a half?
Yeah. That I don't think I've ever seen anything lower than that.
Jesus.
It's against the Twins, which is they're not like an amazing offense by any stretch here.
Damn. What is Sonny Gray's? What is his number at? Is that sketchy at all or no?
No, maybe a touch lower than it is from time to time. But I mean, this is a 7.5 total game, and they have Greinke at 15.5. I know he's like the strikeouts are a big part of it too, but 15.5.
So is Minnesota winning this game like 6-0 because this total is still only at 7.5? Like,
I mean, they just might be.
should we take how would you look to target this? Are you taking? Let's go, Shelly. That's what I'm talking about. Are you taking Minnesota -1.5 the simple way? Are you taking the over in the game? Are you taking Twins TTO? Are you taking Royals TTU? Like, what are you looking to target when you see Zach Greinke's fantasy score weirdly low? Because we have to utilize that information. We have to.
Yeah, I'm just looking like I didn't even really look at this game until just now, just because it piqued my interest. But I mean, I'm looking at it. The Twins are getting hammered, and they're still sitting at that just over -200. So I mean, it doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make much sense at all. Everything other than Greinke's fantasy score would point me to taking a stab at the Royals today.
So that would make me lean the over in the game. Is what that would make me lean.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that too.
If Greinke's number is weird as shit and everything else on Prize Picks is telling you Royals.
See, I don't think it's weird. I mean, it is weird, but like it makes sense to a degree. Like somebody said it too. Like he's horrendous on the road. It's just that I mean, he's been sitting 19.5, 18.5 at times, but 15.5 is crazy. That's a number. It's like it's not like it doesn't make complete sense. It's just super, super low. So I mean, that would tell me something. I don't really know the best way to attack that because I don't think there's too much up.
Taking a -1.5 with a total at 7.5 is really tough.
Yeah.
And Trent, I like the Twins today. I think they win the game, but I don't want to lay -200, and I really don't want to lay -1.5 at even money with a total this low, man. I really don't want to do it. We got an Angels hit. Let's go, Duffy. Come on, let's do something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
it's like my number one rule: you don't take a -1.5, especially with a home team where you're going to get one less at bat, 8 at bats to cover 2 runs with a total at 7.5. Now, I do think the game goes over, so that makes me like the -1.5, I guess, a little bit better. But they're at home. Greinke on the road is sketchy. Like sometimes he's fucking good. Yesterday, -1.5 was free, like our guy in chat said. So yeah, I mean, Twins ML is a great look. It's just -200. Like I can't. I don't think I can.
Yeah, I mean it's tough too. I would say he has gotten shelled. That was back in May, but he did get shelled by this team. I don't know. I mean, for a 7.5 total, maybe these guys' fantasy scores for the Twins are a touch high, but nothing crazy.
I mean, seeing a -205, especially in a game where a total's at 7.5, tells me that they're going to roll. But then we see the same thing in the Mets game, but also it's the Mets against the Cubs. Like that's a good playoff team versus a poverty team.
I mean, the Royals are not much better.
No, but the Twins are a lot worse. Is my point. Fuck, man. I really like the Brewers today too. I can't stop looking at them. I like the Brewers, and I do, and I like the under in that game, like you said.
Yeah, I like that under. That might end up being my favorite side in total today. Is that under?
What are you thinking about this Dodgers Snakes game tonight?
I
After
I
what?
mean, they look a little short, I would say, but I can't get myself to back Zach Davies.
Because he's a piece of shit, or because his actual baseball skills?
Both, a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Something I did just see, it had something to do with the pitching decision, obviously, but I was thinking about locking in one of Ketel Marte and Josh Rojas last night, one of their fantasy scores, and it was at 5. They're both at 6.5 now.
Holy smokes!
Which, I mean, the pitching decision has something to do with that, but that seemed crazy. And I mean, the Dodgers only sitting at minus 130. It's definitely difficult, especially with a total of 9, not to fade that. Just don't know if I can do it.
I do not hate the Snakes today. I think they bite. The Dodgers just clinched last night too.
Yeah, I mean they've been clinched for like 3 weeks. Let's
I
be
know,
real.
but I'm assuming they had a couple beverages last night, and I'm assuming
Yeah,
today playing against the Snakes after they absolutely curb stomped them last night. Well, not really, but I mean they've beaten them 10-0 combined in the first 2 games of the series. Like they haven't given up a run yet in the series. I don't think they're going to be coming into work today, feeling extra motivated to beat this team. I'll be honest with you.
yeah.
I think it's a good spot for the D-backs at home.
I agree.
I do.
I agree. It's just that it's tough for me to back Zach Davies against a Dodgers lineup at plus 110.
Gaba's on the Snakes. Let's go. That's a W. That's a W.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Dude, the fucking Angels suck, man. They had a man on first, no outs, 3-1 count to Max Stassi, and he swung at a ball and popped it up to the third baseman. And now Fletcher's trying to bunt with 2 strikes, and he popped it up right to the first baseman. He's bunting with 2 strikes. What is this team doing?
Be seeing.
And why is Fletcher hitting in the 9 hole?
Oh. Second leadoff.
Second leadoff. What is he, Victor Robles? Dude, Robles gets no burn anymore. He doesn't even play because he makes so many mistakes.
Really?
He just doesn't even play. Yeah, he's in the doghouse. He will be on another team next year. I guarantee you he will have 1 year in his career on another team where he has a breakout year, where he's making crazy Robles catches, where he's hitting the hell out of the ball, he's stealing bases. I guarantee you, I've already seen it. He's going to have a crazy good year one of these years coming up.
His MVP ticket next year already paid out.
MVP tickets worth a sprink. This Angels team, man, putting David Fletcher the 9 hole and then Mickey Moniak in the leadoff spots. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
That is a fact.
What is going on? Kev said, look at Gallo's story. The champagne was flowing hard. Guys, if you've drank a lot of champagne before, you should know that hangover is maybe the worst. Maybe the worst one. Now, they got plenty of time to burn it off, and these guys are professional athletes. I'm not saying they went out and got all blacked out last night, but one deep. I will literally ban you for life if you're Kevin.
No, he's right. Mickey Moniak tank.
Let's go.
Back.
That's why you put him in the leadoff spot.
So back.
That's why he's there instead of Fletcher.
So back.
Come on. Let's go. We got life.
Look at Cal. Look at clown ass Cal.
Here he is.
Bang!
Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Yes. 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 Mickey motherfucking Moniak. How about him? How about him? Let's fucking go, dude.
We go.
Holy smokes. That's why you put him in the leadoff spot, ladies and gents. I don't know why you're complaining about it. Trust the manager. How about another hit from Trout? Why don't we now? How about another hit from Trout? Why don't we now? Come on.
Why not? Why not? Let's keep it going.
Come on. Shout out my guy. Who was it up there? I don't even want to scroll back, bro. One deep. One deep. Thank you for your service, brother. You were literally at the game. You will not be banned. Thank you. Colin covers. Who wins this trade? Diggs, Elijah Moore, Tony for Hollywood Brown, Kamara, and Brees Hall. Wow, that's a lot going on.
That is.
I think Kadarius Toney's and Elijah Moore are about as useful as an empty bag of chips at this point. So you're pretty much trading Diggs for Hollywood Brown and Kamara. Brees Hall, I also think, is useless. I think Hollywood Brown is not going to be as good this year. Too many mouths to feed, especially when D-Hop comes back. I think that trade has a lot of just meaningless pieces in it. I would probably say the guy getting. I hate all those players in that trade. I don't even know what to say. What do you like, Jovan, in that? I really have no fucking idea.
Man,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't either. I don't have faith in the Cardinals as far as Hollywood Brown goes. Like, I think early in the season he'll be great, but down the line when everybody comes back and
so many mouths to feed on that team, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Elijah Moore and Kadarius Toney, but Elijah Moore, I'm not sure of what he's going to get with Joe Flacco at quarterback, and Kadarius Toney, I love him. I think he's really good, but they don't use him like they should.
Did you guys see what the Bull said about Toney? Let me see if I can find it. I mean, Kadarius Toney only played 15% of the snaps, and I'm trying to find the quote from the coach, but he pretty much said, like, you got to earn your play time here. Like, I'm a new coach coming in, and if you haven't proven to me in practice or in preseason that you deserve snaps, you're not going to get snaps no matter who you are. And I love the comment. But that's not good for Toney.
I will say, though, I mean, like, just on the surface level, like, you are getting back Hollywood Brown, who right now is the number one guy, I would say. And then Kamara, who's obviously the number one guy and going to be long term there. So I don't think he's getting suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. Kamara is a nice asset to have, but I would love to have Diggs in this season that the Bills are going to put together.
Yeah, I'd probably say Diggs, Elijah Moore, and Toney because there's a chance that Toney, might make some noise this year. He missed all of camp. Maybe he just needs to prove to the squad and the coach that he's useful. I mean, he's definitely a little bit of a head case from what I've heard. But maybe if he gets more reps going forward and makes some plays, he'll get some more PT. I think he's got some potential. Kamara, I'm concerned with his workload after week one. And I don't love Hollywood or Brees Hall. So I'd say Diggs probably wins that trade, but I just don't like a lot of those pieces. Plain and simple.
Sure.
They played Galladay all game too. I mean, that's one of the worst contracts ever. Crazy. He's literally useless. Let's go, Mickey Moniak. How about it? Clay Jenks wants to know White Sox ML or confident lay -1.5.
I mean, I won't be laying it personally, but I would feel confident enough to lay the 1.5. Either that or a team total, whatever you pick. I know a lot of us took that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Think today would be the day for it.
It missed by the hook last night, didn't it? Wasn't it 4.5?
Yeah, it was 4.5. I believe it's the same thing today, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's a pretty decent look. Prize picks maybe too, if you want to target it through that. Fade Freeland in some way. Maybe his overhits. Take Eloy. I'll be taking Eloy. Do somehow. I think they put together a good day today. Pretty sure Barry Bonds is still leading off, which is great. He is.
He is.
Yeah. So I'm cool.
Oh, man. What do you think about this San Diego-Seattle game tonight? We saw an absolute snooze fest. The under was free last night. One of the bets I actually hit. Shout out Big Dilf in chat. Carson Wentz is dealing for the Tigers. Let's go.
Yes.
We saw San Diego get a much-needed win, 2-0 last night. What do you like in this game today? I really have no idea what I like in this game.
Really don't either because I was kind of not planning on it, but there were some rumblings that J-Rod was going to play today, and it looks like he is going to play. I think they announced him in the lineup. But, I mean, I really don't know what to think in this game. Maybe the Mariners come out and roll. I don't really trust Clevenger against this offense in this matchup, really. His numbers and props for everything are also low.
Clevenger, his last start, man. Brutal.
Yeah, not great.
Brutal.
Not great at all.
Castillo's been kind of dealing.
Yeah.
Let's go Angels. Let's go Fletcher. Good play. What has Castillo been doing? Let's see. He has been come on. Yeah, he kind of got rocked in his last start against the White Sox, which is something. Probably his one part of the year, actually. So, I mean, if you want to, this game is tough, man. Honestly, I think if I had to play something in this game, and I hate taking overs in Seattle, but I'd probably take the over in Seattle. After a 2-0 game, I think both pitchers have seen better days. Both pitchers, big name guys. Clevenger looked like he looked like Patrick Corbin in his last start. I was watching it. He didn't even make it out of the third inning, I don't think, or the fourth inning. And Castillo is coming off his worst starts. He could bounce back here. Maybe that's why they're minus 155. I think if I had to bet something here, I'd take Seattle ML, and I'd probably take the over. I think this one goes over. But taking overs in that game is scary as shit.
So scary. So scary.
Because I see balls get hit off the bat there, and I'm like, yo, and then they pan to it, and it's a pop-up.
Yeah, every time.
It's wild. It's
every
wild.
time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's go Angels. All right, we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute here. What's your favorite bet? What's your favorite square? What do you like going into tonight? We only got baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a pretty muddled slate, so I don't like anything nearly as much as I liked the Brewers yesterday. But
right,
I would say as of now, my favorite bet is probably. I'll go back to the same game. I'd say my probably bet is that under. I love that under.
Okay, the under in the Brewers Cards.
Yeah, Brewers Cards.
After we saw a bunch of offense yesterday as well. Yeah, I love that spot too. I don't know if I like the Brewers better or if I like the under better.
Yeah, I might look. I don't really know how I feel about it yet, but I might change it to a little first five.
Wow.
Only like I don't usually like to dabble in changing that too much. I'll probably let you know or let it go on stream again and say it. But
okay.
I mean, the Brewers bullpen got demolished yesterday. Absolutely demolished. They had everybody throw pretty much except Devin Williams, which what are we going to get from him anyway? But they had their opener get injured and Bush and everybody threw and they were gassed, throwing a lot of pitches. So I think both these pitchers come out and pitch well. Like obviously Corbin can come out and give me 7 or 8, but
you're talking about Patrick Corbin, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Guys, I will be on Patrick Corbin today. I'll be at the game. You guys know I'm biased. Don't take the Nats today just because I'm taking them. If you like them, ride. I'll be there in the building. And I do think we win today, but I think we win every game. You guys know that by now. Jovan, I appreciate it. Let me know if you end up taking first 5 or full game, whatever. Chat, happy Wednesday. All we got is baseball today. Let's build that bankroll up because we got some good football games coming up this weekend. And you know we're about to murder the bookies with some college football and then NFL on Sunday. All right. Cool. Have a day. Trent, take us home. Let's have the Angels bring the coins back. Why don't we now?